Yo, what's going on YouTube? It is your boy TapX Ears back on Mike from the commentary, and this is definitely going to be one of my most important commentaries I'm going to be making on this channel. A lot of you guys, may have been wondering, who is this guy running TapX Nation? Where did he come from? Where is his roots? Like, where did he start? So I'm hopefully addressing a lot of those questions in today's video. I'm definitely going to be doing a 300 subscriber Q&A. So like probably next video, I'm definitely going to make that announcement video that I'm going to be doing a 300 subscriber Q&A. So if you guys have any questions that I do not answer in this video, make sure you guys hold those. Write them down so you guys don't forget. I'll make sure to answer any questions in that video that you guys send me that I don't address in today's video. And this is pretty much going to be the history of TapX Ears. So let's get right into the video. And pretty much the three people that pretty much started my pub stomping, I should say, quote unquote career are going to be J Nasty, Carnage Apollo, and Saint Jumpshot. Two out of the three people you guys might know. Obviously J Nasty, Modern for 3 legend. I always watched his videos because they were insane. I honestly dumbfounded the amount of kills he got running support. So that's kind of like where I started running my own support parties and whatnot, getting people together to get gameplays. At this time I did not have an Elgato, but I was stockpiling a bunch of Modern 3 gameplays in preparation of starting a YouTube channel, which I did start at the end of Modern 3 and for Black Ops 2. It was actually under the tag Gillies Kappa. I don't know if you guys know me from Gillies Kappa. That was my tag before the alias Ears. So if you guys do know who Gillies Kappa is, you guys are definitely some OG supporters of me. So definitely thank you guys for coming from that channel to over here. And back on topic, after J Nasty pretty much watching all of his gameplays, I pretty much stockpiled a bunch of Modern for 3 gameplays in preparation of starting a channel, as I said. Once I did get an Elgato, I was posting about once a week. Really wasn't too serious about it, testing the waters, seeing if I actually wanted to do a YouTube channel. And after I started uploading pretty much a couple consistent videos, I met this dude, Saint Jumpshot. He actually he was a really good player in Modern 3. I'm not gonna lie, he definitely was in the top one of the top pub stompers of that game. He dropped some pretty insane gameplays. He was keeping up the pace with J Nasty. He didn't really have the sub count, so he really wasn't that big out there, but quite a few people knew who he was. He actually unfortunately was pretty hated back in Modern 3, and that kind of caused him to change his online alias, but I will get back into that. He got a couple uploads from Sarcasm, a couple uploads on Amp Clan, Amp Before Doom. Sarcasm was another pretty good YouTuber back in the day. He doesn't really post any Modern 3 videos, or not Modern 3, any more Call of Duty videos, just because he doesn't enjoy the game because of the jetpacks, which is understandable. Maybe next Boots on Ground COD, a lot of these OGs will start their channels back up, start posting again, just like Green Goblin did. And back in the day, he was a pretty good guy. I'm not gonna lie, once you got to know him, he was a pretty nice guy. I ran with him for a while until pretty much all the hate got to him, and he was pretty much forced to make a new alias, or he was gonna get nowhere in the community. And instead of sticking in the pub stomping community, he decided to take a whole new route, and he actually changed his gamer tag from Saint Jumpshot to Gen Pub Stomp, and he started sniping. And that's kind of like where he took off. He got a lot of support from the sniping community, just because they really didn't know who he was. They saw him as like a grinder, of someone who was determined to be something and someone and make a difference in like the sniping community. And now if you guys are putting 2 and 2 together, Gen Pub Stomper is now SOAR General, one of the leading managers of SOAR. So definitely, huge props to him. He definitely overcame a lot of drama. So if that doesn't prove, how OG, I go back, I really don't know what is. Definitely, pretty much the epitome of someone, who grinds and, who gets through, the tough situations, stays focused, pretty much does what he needs to do. So huge props to him. He's definitely a huge influence on pretty much my work ethic for my channel, as well as TapX, just because I see TapX having a huge and pretty much successful future. This is kind of why I stick to the daily upload schedule, and I'm pretty consistent and on my channel. Actually, I am consistent on my channel. From those two people, consistency and pretty much time management is pretty much what I strive for. And pretty much going into consistency and pretty much, building a team oriented channel. Definitely Carnage Apollo is definitely another person that, pretty much got me into, the pub stomping community. If you guys didn't know, Carnage Apollo was actually feared by all Apollo back in Modern Warfare 3. This was back in the Amp clan days, before Doom, and a Carnage Apollo and a bunch of other feared by all members were going for the Amp clan RC, and unfortunately they did not get into the Amp clan. Well, actually not really unfortunately. Fortunately, technically for them, they did not get into the Amp clan RC, so they decided to, Apollo decided, had the genius decision. I sound like I'm dick riding right now, but honestly it really was a genius decision to make his own team for pretty much those who did not get into Amp, because at the time Amp was pretty much the biggest pub stomping team. They had just hit, or they were about to hit, I think 60k subscribers at the time of Modern Warfare 3. And he had the idea, made Carnage, because Carnage was actually an elite team. Coincidentally, a lot of their members actually had Elgato's, PVRs, stuff like that. So they were actually posting to their own channel. So Apollo decided to get all that, gather all those pretty much insane players and gameplays, and put that under one channel to pretty much compete against Amp Clan. So they had a good run. Amp ran by Amp Energized, got shut down during Black Ops 2 because Energized decided to go behind a lot of the members' backs. And he pretty much he was trying to sell the team channel for I don't know how much money, but it probably was a pretty decent amount. He ended up getting scammed. The guy never sent him the money, and he pretty much ended up shutting down the clan channel and making it his own. So that's unfortunate for Amp. So after Amp pretty much got shut down, in an effort, to keep everybody that pretty much got screwed over in the team, Jay Nasty made the first Doom clan, which had 250 subscribers before it got shut down for meta tagging. So that is really unfortunate. But Jay Nasty as well as Cold Side, started Doom clan back in Black Ops 2. And that's pretty much, where, the really pub stomping really started to kick off, because it was pretty much Carnage and Doom Clan, battling it out. Who had the better pub stompers at the time, not pretty much who had the better titles and tags. So definitely those three people are, a huge influence. I mean, people don't really give Jay Nasty the credit he deserves, and I really don't feel that a lot of people know the real history behind Carnage Apollo. People just see him as the leader of Carnage Clan, but definitely he is someone that he honestly is like one of the smartest. I think he technically is like one of the smartest leaders, the clan leaders ever. Him and Cold Side, definitely the two dons of pub stomping. Definitely, took an opportunity that people doubted them on, and pretty much stuck with it, as well as their work ethic. That's kind of like what I strive for, is consistency, reliability, and pretty much a good work ethic, as well as being loyal. That's kind of like what I strive for. So that's kind of like where I come from. Those three people kind of like molded who I am today, as well as my own personal values of upholding high standards, as well as making sure that people are being taken care of and stuff like that. That's just kind of the person I am. And with all that being said, I started my channel with all the juice from that, pretty much getting all the knowledge from them, watching them succeed. I started my own channel. Wanted to make a difference. I wanted to really just help people get better at Call of Duty, because at the time, before I was under the Ears tag, I actually had to tag Gillies Kappa. If you guys know who Gillies Kappa is, know me under that tag. You guys are definitely some OG supporters of me. Definitely know who I am back in the day. So that's kind of like where I come from. I pretty much started, my channel, my real channel during Black Ops 3. But I've always pretty much been around the pub stomping community. I know a lot of the big names, like for who they really are, not, for their sub count. So that's kind of like where I come from. So if you guys are like ever wondering, why do I have like, why I make the standards I have for TapX, what, the vision I see for TapX, that is why I just, I've been around for, a long time, and I really do know, what is needed, to pretty much build a successful team, the type of members we need to build a successful team. And I see a lot of like the OG mentality in TapX. I'm definitely excited for, this year of the TapX revival, because I see a lot of people, that are definitely will have, I'm gonna say will, I know they will have successful channels if they continue to post. So with all that being said, that is kind of like the history of TapX Ears. I hope I answered a lot, of the questions that you guys, might have. So that's kind of like why, I guess I was given the opportunity to lead TapX Nation, as well as like my work ethic on my own channel, just because like I know what it takes to build a successful team. I know the people that we have to be surrounded with to build a successful team, and I pretty much have like the mindset around what pub stomping is, even though a lot of people kind of like criticize me now if you're trying to rebuild pub stomping or whatnot. But I really do feel that pub stomping isn't dead. It's pretty much like the work ethic behind pub stomping is dead. Everybody just wants to get an easy gameplay. People think they can get in to teams off of one gameplay, and that really isn't the case. You pretty much have to show that you pretty much show your worth. Anybody can get lucky and get a triple nuke if they get the right lobby, but it is if you can replicate that, grind day in and day out, get consistent gameplays. That's kind of like what my vision is and like what I look for in people. So that if that kind of tells you a lot about me, hopefully this video answers a lot of your questions. Like I said, I'm gonna be doing another Q&A video. I'm gonna be announcing that after today's video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys stuck with it this long. This is like a more important video. So yeah, it's been your boy TapX Ears, and that's a little bit about me, and I hope you guys enjoy the video, understand where I'm coming from, and give the props to the 3 guys I listed, because they definitely deserve it. And I'm out. Peace.